Good day and welcome to another edition of Kobicypher's coding lessons. In this lesson, we will build an age calculator application using HTML, CSS, and of course JavaScript. And so if you are ready, let's get started. As you can see, I have already gone ahead to build the UI of our application. Let me remind you that focus over here is on JavaScript, not on HTML, and neither is on CSS. And so let me walk you through the code responsible for the UI. This is for the HTML, and this is for the CSS. If you wish to have a similar UI, advise that you pause the video or you adjust the speed of the video and type the code. I have linked my style sheet and my script file in the HTML file. With that said, now let's move on to the main focus of the video. What I'll do now is that I'll type the code and then after I will explain everything to you. I will increase the speed a bit from here so I don't waste your time. Now let me explain the code. The DOM content loaded event you see here fires when the initial document has been loaded and parsed. It does not wait for the style sheet, images, or any subframes to finish loading. It ensures that the JavaScript code inside it will only run once. So it only runs once when the HTML content of the page is fully loaded and ready to be manipulated. The event listener is added to the document, and when it fires eventually, the provided function runs. This function sets up the functionality of the age calculator. I have declared a number of variables here, and these variables have been declared using const, and of course have been assigned references to the corresponding HTML element using the getElementById method. For instance, the DOB input refers to the input element where the user selects their date of birth. A calculate button refers to the button element that triggers the age calculation. And of course, the result div. This also refers to the div element where the calculated age will be displayed. I also have an event listener which is added to the calculate button element, which listens for the click event. When the button is clicked, the provided function executes. Inside the click event listener function, a new date object is created using the value of the DOB input, which earlier on I said represents the selected date of birth. Another date object is created without passing any argument, which in this case represents the current date and time. Of course, we call this current date. Now, the difference between current date and selected date is calculated, resulting in the age in milliseconds. This value is then divided by the number of milliseconds in a year, which helps us to convert it into years. We are also invoking the .floor method on the math object. Of course, this helps us to ensure that the age is rounded down to the nearest whole number. Finally, the calculated age in years is then inserted into the result div. We do this using string interpolation. This helps us to update the HTML content, which in a way displays the result to the user. Now it's time for us to test the project. And so we refresh the page. Select the date, of course, the year, the month, and the day. And then you click on calculate. And there you have it. That is the output. And so the application is working as expected. So far, we have managed to create age calculator application using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That will be all for this lesson. Until next time, stay safe.